Bonjour Aquarius and welcome back to my channel. Claude here. Thank you for joining me for your February monthly tarot reading. I have posted last week the tarot birth cards readings for February, so please make sure that you do check yours as well, as it will give you a complimentary idea of the energies, for February, and I will leave you a link to the playlist in the description box below, so you know where to find them. So today I'm going to do something a bit different. I normally split my deck for the monthly spreads, but I've decided to do a Celtic cross. I was called to do that, and I'm going to put an oracle card in the center of your cross to get the main message and give a bit of focus to this reading. So as always, this is general readings, just take what resonates. And if you would like to connect to the energies of my deck, now is the time to do so by taking a couple of deep breaths and relaxing yourselves as I shuffle it. So what do my Aquarians born under the sign of Aquarius need to hear for their highest good, please, for February? And the decks I'm using, I have reviewed at least one of them anyway. There will be links for them in the description box below anyway, if you're interested in them. So your message is a leg up. Let me show you. So getting a bit of help. So let me place this in the middle, in the center of your Celtic cross, and let's get the tarot. So with a leg up, you have the Nine of Cups. Beautiful. Crossing that, the Nine of Pentacles. That's interesting. Above you, Major Arcana, the Devil. Let me move this crystal away because it's in my way. Below you, you have the Nine of Swords. That's 3 nines already, energy-wise. That's interesting. I will get back to this in a minute. Behind you, we have the World, another Major Arcana. Ahead of you, we have the Moon. Okay, so you're dealing with big energies here, because we have quite, we're starting to get quite a few majors. The advice is the Ace of Cups. The environment is the Six of Cups. Four of Cups for your hopes and fears, lots of cup energies as well. And the Three of Cups as your potential outcome. Bottom of the deck, which is the energy at work underneath that you may not be aware of, we have the High Priestess. Okay, so right from the offset, I can see that you have quite a few major arcana, which indicate that we're dealing with big energies, things that are going to have a longer term effect on your life path, and a lot of cups. There is the wands are not here at all. The one suit, which represent your passion, your desire, your drive, more the entrepreneurial side of people. There's only one coin card which is crossing you, which means it's something to do with your everyday life that's stopping you from getting what you want, and everything else is to do with your feelings, your emotions, and your intuition. One swords only as well. The High Priestess, that starts with this because it is the energy underneath, which is something that you may not be aware of. It may be your spirit team driving you into a certain direction in order to fulfill your destiny, if you believe in such things, or to be on the right path for achieving your life purpose. So the High Priestess is to do with trusting your intuition. This is the card that talks about channeling messages from the spiritual world into the actual physical world. There is also with the High Priestess an element of mystery. What is hidden, what is behind the curtain, because the High Priestess is the holder of secrets. So there may be things that have not been revealed to you just yet, and it is for a reason. It is because things have not lined up yet. I always say to people that things happen at divine timing. You know, if it's not happening now, it's for a reason. It's your spirit team protecting you or preparing you so that you can enjoy those things better, so that something more stable and built on strong foundation can happen in your life. So I'm going to put this here so you can still kind of see it. It's a bit cramped because there's a lot of cards. So in the past, near past, we have the world. Now the world is a beautiful card, beautiful energy of having achieved, having learned all of the lessons of a specific cycle, and you know, having reaped the rewards or the benefits from it, whether these rewards are actually financial rewards or emotional or spiritual, you know, depending on why you're here. You all have different reasons for being here today. There may be also an element of recognition and fame, because the world, you know, the worldly recognition. There may have been also a move, like literally physically moving in another country, on another different continent even for some of you. And the reason why it's here is because it is still having an effect on your current life. And in the current life, I can see that, you know, what is at the center is your wish. You have a wish with the Nine of Cups. Cups, everything to do with the emotional realm. So what fulfills you emotionally, what makes you happy. Yes, it can be to do with relationships, but it's not just that. It could be finding emotional happiness in the job that you do, in the projects that you take part to, in the community you are involved with, also where you live. You know, are you emotionally satisfied where you live? Do you feel safe? Do you feel happy? Do you feel like you found your tribe? Is it where you want to be long term? All of that. And so the Nine of Cups shows me that this being in the middle is what is the drive for it. This is your wish. You have a wish, whatever it is, and this is a wish fulfillment card. This is saying that you should be able to get it. And you also have the card A Leg Up, which says that there are people around you waiting to help you, and it may well be as well a little bit of help from spirit. But this is crossed by the Nine of Coins, and the Nine of Coins is financial independence. It's a card of prosperity and abundance, but generally speaking, although prosperity and abundance are not necessarily linked to finances, it is, however, a coined card. It's to do with your day-to-day life, whether we're talking home life or work life, jobs, careers, savings, all of that. So this crossing you is saying that maybe you feel like you do not have the means to make your wish come true. Maybe if you relocated, you had to leave your financial stability behind. And spirit, the universe, you know, your spirit team, they're telling you help is available, because this is a block that you put in there. Financial independence, this card also talks about being independent, full stop, being able to stand on your own 2 feet and making things happen, working diligently, patiently, saving some, investing some, whether it's your time or your money, you get what I'm saying, in order to be able to be completely, fully independent. Today I'm getting the vibe of independence very strongly here, that you do not feel you are independent enough, whether it's financially or not, to make your wish come true. And there is a need to ask for help, because underneath, which is a subconscious, which is, you know, what's motivating or what's worrying you, you've got the Nine of Swords, which is the card of worries, stress and anxiety. The Nine of Swords, to me, is a card that calls up for courage, because what at the moment is happening in your head, whether it's conscious or subconscious, is you know, contemplating scenarios, and for every negative scenario you contemplate, I can assure you there's a positive one that you could come up with. But it's difficult, because when we're worried, for whatever reason, it's difficult to break the cycle and not go down the rabbit hole. So as far as I'm concerned, when I see the Nine of Swords, I can see, you know, with it appearing here, that you are worried. There's a level of stress, conscious or unconscious, regarding achieving your dream, and it is to do with either having the time or the financial capacity or being stable enough independently on your own in order to make this happen. And so obviously this is an energy to be aware of, and this energy stems from the fact that in the background you have the High Priestess, which, as I said to you, talks about things that are not revealed yet, things that are hidden behind the curtain that you are not aware of yet, for whatever reason that is. There is a lot of intuitive energy in your reading because of the presence of the amount of cups you have, but also because you have the Moon and the High Priestess, which to me are the most intuitive cards in the majors, in the tarot anyway. Now, on your mind, you have the Devil. Now, the Devil is, by such, some kind of limiting energy, because it kind of stops you from reaching your potential or achieving what it is you're trying to manifest. And it represents temptation, and it can be inner or outer. What I mean by that is that the limiting energy can be coming from outside circumstances or can be coming from within yourself. Now, outside circumstances could be someone who's toxic around you, for instance. Something that you do not have control over, being in a workplace that's very toxic. Now, I know people say, well, you have control, you can just walk out. Well, it's not that easy when you have bills to pay. I'm sure you see what I'm talking about here. So, being stuck in a position where for the time being you have to be here because you have to pay your bills. But it takes too much of your time and you're not making enough, for instance. Now, the Devil can also be internal, like lacking the self-belief that you can accomplish that dream that you've got here. And so that can be another thing. You may be talking to yourself nastily, saying things to yourself you wouldn't dream to say to a friend, and you should be your best friend, so you shouldn't be talking nastily to yourself. You need to have faith in yourself that you can accomplish whatever you want. The Devil obviously can represent addiction, and maybe you're on the brink of going back to something that gives you instant gratification because you are stressed and you doubt your capabilities of manifesting that wish that you've had. So for instance, for some people obviously it's drugs and alcohol, but it doesn't have to be that. It can be overeating, or eating the whole tub of ice cream rather than having just a little bit. It can be shopping therapy. I hate this phrase, shopping therapy. How can it be good for you to spend all of your money and then feel guilty because you spent all your money? You see what I'm saying? So you may be tempted to buy those things, to feel better, because right now you are in a period where you are having doubts. And with the Moon in the near future, this is saying that you need to trust your intuition, which I already mentioned with the High Priestess, because things might not look clear, and they may not clear up immediately, but they will, because your outcome is incredibly good. So you don't need to worry about that. Let me just put it out there right now. But with the Moon, there is a need as well to face up to maybe some feelings that you have locked very deeply in yourself, and maybe have not totally dealt with. Sometimes when we're faced with things that are uncomfortable, maybe it's to do with an experience that you've had, or something you perceive is a weakness of yours, and I do say perceive. It's difficult to face it. It's difficult to do the shadow work, and we kind of compartmentalize it and lock it somewhere. Lock it with a key, and then move on, because we have to move on. We have to go to work. We have to pay our bills. And so the Moon may be an invite for you to actually do that shadow work and face whatever it is that you have trapped. Which I believe is intimately linked to this Devil energy right here. And there's a need for you to address that, because that's going to be what, moves things forward. That's the message I'm getting very, very clearly. You can't embrace the energy of the Nine of Pentacles, which is self-independence, self-confidence, prosperity and abundance, if you have things that you have not dealt with within yourself, that have been locked, because they will re-emerge at some point. And this reading to me is a call for you to deal with that, because I see as well the Moon linked with this Nine of Swords. So whether you are aware or not of it, this is having an impact on your mind, you know, and how you perceive life. Just generally speaking, everyday life is what I mean. So in the advice position, we have the Ace of Cups. Now, this is a brand new beginning. This is the card that says, embrace a brand new beginning that you believe is going to have the potential to make you emotionally fulfilled. Because the aces are the seeds of the suit, but they also hold the potential of it. So when you see the Ace of Cups coming in, this is an opportunity, a door that opens, something starting brand new that holds the potential of making you very, very happy emotionally, which is intrinsically linked to this Nine of Cups here, which is your wish fulfillment, what you really deeply wish to achieve. So that's the advice. It's to embrace this opportunity, this door, or maybe the hand that someone's going to give to you, because there's the card a leg up here, which indicates that you're going to receive some help, or at least it will be offered to you, because, you know, you're sovereign of your life. You choose whether you embrace it or not. In your environment, you've got the Six of Cups. So this help could come from someone you've known for a very long time, or from a deeply committed relationship you have. The Six of Cups is a beautiful card of emotional harmony, talks about pleasant times, but because it's in your environment, it may signify someone who's very good for you. So somebody that you've known a long time, could be from your childhood, for instance, doesn't have to be, or someone who, when I talk about a deep commitment, I'm not talking necessarily about your romantic partner, although it could well be. My husband's my best friend, so, you know, it could be that. But I'm talking about a deep friendship, or maybe a family relationship that you have, someone who really is there for you. And there may be the person giving you the leg up here and helping you face whatever you need to face to get your wish fulfilled. Because you may be feeling that in order to get your wish fulfilled, you have to do it on your own. And this reading is really saying, no, you don't. You need to deal with something that has been buried, face up to your anxiety, your fears, whatever the cause of it are, and accept the help, and even not be afraid of asking for it if it's not offered. Because in your hopes and fears, you've got the Four of Cups. Now, the Four of Cups talks about emotional stability, because four is stability, strong foundation. So it may be a card that says that you really want emotional stability because of this devil that's quite clearly on your mind right now, and you're craving for that. The shadow side of this card, which is this way, is when you feel apathy, you've lost your thirst for life, and you're hoping that you're going to regain it. So obviously take what resonates, because, you know, it depends on why you're here, and one of the two meanings will echo better for you and your current circumstance. But as the outcome, potential outcome, you have the Three of Cups. Beautiful card of happiness and something to celebrate, happy times. 3 is a beautiful number for growth and expansion. So the Three of Cups talks about really having something to rejoice about. And it may also refer to your circle of friends or your network growing. So for some of you, if you're having to, that's a specific message, and, you know, just erase it if it's not for you. But if we're talking here about a serious addiction, for some of you, this is really getting out of it with the support of a network, a group support, which will be introduced to you by someone you've known for a long time, or whom you trust. That's a special message for someone out there. This is how the key to it is, how you get out of this and get your wish fulfillment. For others, it's just happy time, things to celebrate, because you have dealt with what you needed to deal with, and you are on your way to get your wish fulfilled and get this independence that is blocking you right now to get there. So I hope you've enjoyed your journey through the cards with me. If you found this message helpful in any ways, do let me know in the comment box below. I'd love to hear from you. As always, I thank you for your time. It's your most precious commodity. I am so humbled you chose to spend it with me. I wish you a truly wonderful month, and don't forget to check out your tarot birth card readings to get more information. So until next time, au revoir.